The letter arrived on a Tuesday. No return address, just Chicago, scrawled in black ink. I stood in my Raleigh kitchen, Lisa humming over coffee, the envelope's weight wrong, like it held more than paper. Inside, a single sheet, typed, no signature. You know what you did in '92. Pay, or everyone knows. A photo slipped out, me, younger, blood on my shirt, a woman's face blurred beside me. My stomach dropped. I didn't remember that night, not clearly. A bar, a fight, maybe a debt. Chicago, 1992. I was 25, reckless, running with Mike, my old friend, now gone. Lisa called, "You okay, hun?" I shoved the letter in my pocket, forcing a smile. "Fine," I lied, my voice tight. She didn't notice, her eyes soft, trusting. I couldn't tell her, not yet. The photo burned in my hand. The woman's face a ghost I couldn't place. Was she hurt? Was I? The blood wasn't mine, I thought, but memory lied. I locked the letter in my office safe, the combination a secret even from Lisa. My laptop pinged, an email, no sender. $50,000, Elm Street lot, midnight Friday. Another photo attached, Lisa yesterday, leaving her yoga class, unaware. My breath stopped. They were watching her, us. I traced the email, got nothing, just a dead-end IP. The letter's postmark was Durham, not Chicago, too close. I called Mike's sister, Karen, the only link to '92 I could think of. Voicemail. "Karen, it's James. Call me, it's urgent." I stared at the photo. My younger self a stranger. A bar, neon lights, her laugh, fragments, no answers. I Googled Chicago 1992 crime. Found nothing but old headlines, no names that clicked. Lisa knocked, her voice light. "Dinner's ready?" I closed the laptop, my hands unsteady. I couldn't lose her, not to a past I didn't understand. I had 3 days to figure it out, or pay a price I didn't owe. I hoped. The letter's threat, pay, or everyone knows, was a blade at my throat. I sat in my office, the safe open, the photo of me in '92 staring back, blood on my shirt, the woman's face blurred. Lisa was asleep upstairs, her breathing soft, oblivious to the storm. It was Wednesday, 2 days until the Elm Street deadline. $50,000 I didn't have, not without selling everything. I'd called Karen again, got nothing but voicemail. Mike was gone, she'd said years ago. No details. The email's second photo, Lisa, smiling, unaware, sat on my laptop, a warning I couldn't ignore. I traced the IP again, still dead. Durham postmark, Durham IP, someone local, not Chicago. I pulled my old address book, names from '92, half forgotten. Mike, Karen, a few bar buddies, no one who'd do this. My phone buzzed, a text, no sender. Don't dig, pay. My pulse spiked. I replied, "Who are you?" No answer. I drove to the post office, asked about the letter. Clerk shrugged. Hundreds come through. Dead end. Back home I checked the safe, the letter untouched, but the photo felt heavier. Her laugh, a bar, a fight, memories flickered, then faded. Was she Jane Doe? A girlfriend? I didn't know, and that scared me. I Googled Chicago bar fight 1992. Found a blurry article, no names, just a brawl. Someone hurt. Me? Mike? I called a guy from my firm, ex-cop, owed me a favor. "Run a plate," I said, snapping a photo of a gray sedan I'd seen near our house, too often. He grunted. "Quiet, right?" I nodded, my throat dry. Lisa called from the kitchen. "You coming?" I locked the safe, forced a smile. "Yeah," I said, my voice hollow. Her eyes searched mine, but she let it go. I couldn't tell her, not until I knew what I'd done. The sedan's plate was all I had, and a name, Jane Doe, maybe. I needed Mike, needed his memory, but he was a ghost. My email pinged, a new message, no sender. My hands shook as I opened it. A video, grainy, 1992. Me, outside a bar, arguing with a woman, her face blurred. I shoved her, hard. She fell. I walked away. Below it, pay or Lisa sees. My heart stopped. I didn't remember, but the video didn't lie. The video of me shoving that woman in 92, her fall, my cold walk away, was a noose tightening. The email's threat, pay or Lisa sees, burned in my mind. I sat in my office, the safe open, the Chicago letter beside the police report I'd found online. A Jane Doe, beaten, Chicago, July 92. No arrests, no answers. It was Thursday, one day until Elm Street. $50,000 I wouldn't pay, not without knowing who she was. Lisa hummed in the shower, her voice a light I couldn't lose. I hadn't answered the text, hadn't called Karen again, her voicemail a dead end. The sedan's plate was still a mystery, my ex-cop friend slow to deliver. I rewatched the video, frame by frame, my hands unsteady. The woman's face, blurred, felt familiar, like a name I couldn't grab. A bar, neon, her laugh, snippets, no clarity. Was it her blood on my shirt? Mine? I didn't know, and that ignorance was a knife. I had to meet Ray Holt, a Chicago P I had found online, tomorrow at Durham Library noon. He'd asked for the letter, but I wasn't bringing it. Not yet. The email's IP traced to Durham. Too close. Was Ray part of this? I couldn't trust anyone, not after Karen's silence. I checked my phone, a new text, no sender, no cops. Elm Street, midnight. My throat tightened. I drove to the library, scoping it early, a low brick building, lot half empty. I parked far, cap low, the letter's copy in my jacket. Inside, the air smelled of paper and dust. I waited by the history section, my pulse loud. At noon, a man approached, not Ray. Younger, 30s, glasses, carrying a folder. "James," he said, voice low. I nodded, tense. "Ray sent me. I'm Tom, his assistant." I didn't buy it. "Where's Ray?" I asked, hand in my pocket, gripping my keys. Tom shrugged, too casual. "Busy." "You got the letter?" I shook my head. "Tell me about 1992 first." His eyes narrowed, but he slid the folder across. A police report, Jane Doe, beaten, no arrests. My name wasn't there, but a witness described a guy like me. Tall, dark hair, bloody shirt. My stomach lurched. Was that her? Tom watched me, unblinking. "Ray thinks you were there," he said. "Pay, or he digs deeper." I closed the folder, my voice tight. "Who's paying him?" Tom smiled, thin. "You'll know tomorrow." He left, the folder in my hand. I drove home, the report burning in my jacket. Jane Doe, beaten. I didn't remember, but the photo said I was there. I needed Mike, needed answers. Lisa was in the yard, watering plants, her hair catching the sun. I watched her, my chest aching. My phone buzzed, a new email, no sender. A video, 1992, me arguing with the woman, clearer now. Dark hair, scared eyes. I shoved her, she fell. Below it, Elm Street, midnight. $50,000. Or, this goes viral. My knees buckled. Lisa called, "Dinner soon." I couldn't answer. The video was proof. I'd hurt her. But who filmed it? And why wait 30 years? The photo, from 1992, me, blood on my shirt, a woman's face blurred, stared back from my laptop, the email's threat clear. Pay, or Lisa does. I sat in my office, the safe open, the Chicago letter crumpled beside my old address book. It was 8 a.m., Lisa humming in the shower, oblivious to the noose tightening around us. I hadn't replied to the text demanding $50,000 by midnight at Elm Street lot. I couldn't, not without knowing who she was, what I'd done. The woman in the photo. Her laugh, faint in my memory, felt like a ghost I couldn't name. A bar, a fight, blood. Was it hers? Mine? I didn't know. and that ignorance was a knife. I had 4 hours before meeting Ray Holt, the Chicago PI at Durham Library. He'd asked for the letter, but I wasn't bringing it, not yet. The email's IP traced to Durham. Too close to be coincidence. Was Ray part of this? I couldn't trust anyone, not after Karen's words. You know what you did. I grabbed my phone, checked the sedan's blurry plate photo. No hits online, but I texted it to a guy at my firm, a former cop. Run this, quiet, I wrote. He owed me a favor. I needed something, anything, before Elm Street. Lisa's humming stopped. She knocked, soft. "Coffee's on, hun," she said, her voice warm. I mumbled, "Thanks," my eyes on the photo. I couldn't let her see it, couldn't let her pay for my past. I closed the laptop, locked the safe, and headed out, telling her I had a site visit. Her smile faltered, but she nodded. The library was a low brick building, its lot half empty. I parked far, cap low, the letters copy in my jacket. Ray's voicemail had sounded legit, but so did Trapp's. Inside, the air smelled of paper and dust. I scanned the room. Students, an old guy reading newspapers, no one matching Ray's online photo. Gray hair, leather jacket. I waited by the history section, my pulse loud. At noon, a man approached, not Ray. Younger, 30s, glasses, carrying a folder. "James," he said, voice low. I nodded, tense. "Ray sent me. I'm Tom, his assistant." I didn't buy it. "Where's Ray?" I asked, hand in my pocket, gripping my keys like a weapon. Tom shrugged, too casual. "Busy. You got the letter?" I shook my head. "Tell me about 1992 first." His eyes narrowed, but he slid the folder across. "Open it," he said. I did, my hand steady. A police report, Chicago, July 1992. A woman, Jane Doe, found beaten outside a bar. No arrests, case cold. My name wasn't mentioned, but a witness described a guy like me. Tall, dark hair, bloody shirt. My stomach lurched. Was that her? Tom watched me, unblinking. "Ray thinks you were there," he said. "Pay, or he digs deeper." I closed the folder, my voice tight. "Who's paying him?" Tom smiled, thin. "You'll know tonight." He left, the folder in my hand. I drove home, the report burning a hole in my jacket. Jane Doe. Beaten. I didn't remember, but the photo said I was there. I needed Mike, needed his memory. I called his sister again, got voicemail. "Karen, it's James. Tell me about 92, or I go to the cops." A bluff, but I was desperate. Lisa was in the yard when I got back, watering plants, her hair catching the sun. I watched her, my chest aching. If I paid, would they stop? Or was this just the start? My phone buzzed. A reply from my cop friend. "Plate's a rental, no name. Be careful. Rental. Professionals." I checked my email, expecting nothing. A new message, no sender. My breath stopped. A video, grainy, 1992. Me, outside that bar, arguing with a woman, her face clear now, dark hair, scared eyes. I shoved her hard. She fell. I walked away, blood on my knuckles. Below it, Elm Street, midnight, $50,000. Or this goes viral. My knees buckled. Lisa called from outside. "Dinner soon?" I couldn't answer. The video was proof. I'd hurt her, maybe worse. But who filmed it? And why wait 30 years? I had to go to Elm Street, but not with cash. I needed a plan, and I needed it now. The video of Mike dragging that woman into the alley, her scream cut short, looped in my head. The email's demand, $100,000 tomorrow, sat heavy in my gut. I parked my truck a block from Elm Street lot, engine off, hands on a duffel bag. No cash inside, just old tools, a tire iron for weight. My only plan. I wasn't paying, not without answers. Who filmed that video and why wait 30 years to ruin me? Lisa's face, smiling over morning coffee, haunted me. She didn't know about the letter, the photos, the police report naming a beaten Jane Doe. I'd locked it all in the safe, but the truth was slipping. It was 11:45 p.m., Raleigh's sky black, the lot a shadowed pit of cracked asphalt and rusted fences. I'd told Lisa I was checking a job site, my voice steady despite the lie. Her kiss lingered, soft, trusting. If this went wrong, I'd lose her, maybe worse. My phone buzzed, a text, no sender, no tricks, bag stays visible. My pulse spiked. They were watching, same as the mailbox, same as Lisa's car. I scanned the dark, saw nothing but a flickering streetlight. The sedan's plate, a rental, was no help, but Ray Holt, the Chicago PI, might be. His meeting was tomorrow, noon, Durham Library. If I got through this, I'd make him talk. I stepped out, duffel over my shoulder, tire iron tucked in my waistband. The lot smelled of oil and decay, empty except for a dumpster and a burned-out car. Footsteps crunched behind me, slow, deliberate. I turned, hand on the iron. A figure emerged, hooded, face shadowed, holding a phone. "Bag on the ground," a man's voice said, low, unfamiliar. Not Tom, Ray's assistant. Not Mike. "Show me the video's source," I said, my voice rough. He laughed, short. "You don't make demands, James." He knew my name, my past. I dropped the bag, slow, keeping my eyes on him. "Who's the woman?" I asked. "What did I do?" He stepped closer, phone raised, recording. "You know, Jane Doe didn't walk away." My stomach dropped. Didn't walk away? The police report said beaten, not dead. Was he lying? I gripped the iron, ready to act when a second figure appeared, smaller, from the dumpster's shadow. "Enough," a woman's voice said, sharp. Karen, Mike's sister. My breath caught. She pulled back her hood, eyes hard. "You left her, James. You and Mike." I froze, the video flashing in my mind. Mike was there? I didn't remember him, didn't remember her falling that hard. "You're lying," I said, my voice shaky. Karen stepped forward, holding a flash drive. "It's all here. Pay, or Lisa gets it." I moved forward, reaching for the drive. The man pushed me back, his hand firm on my chest. I stumbled, the iron slipping, but caught myself, shoving him away. Karen shouted, "Stop!" A car engine roared, headlights blinding me. The sedan, gray, same as before, screeched into the lot. I dove behind the dumpster, heart pounding as the man and Karen ran toward it. The duffel lay in the dirt, tools spilling. I grabbed the tire iron, crouched low, and snapped a photo of the sedan's plate. Clearer now. The car peeled out, tires screaming, leaving dust and silence. I stood, chest heaving, the flash drive gone. Karen's words, Mike, Jane Doe, me, burned. I drove home, checking my mirrors, the photo of the plate on my phone. Lisa was asleep, her breathing soft. I locked the office door, opened the safe, and stared at the letter, the police report. I called Karen's number, my voice a growl. "Tell me the truth, or I find Mike myself." Voicemail. My email pinged, a new message, no sender. My hands shook as I opened it. Another video, same bar, 1992. Mike, beside me, dragging the woman into an alley, her scream cut short. Below it, "You're next. $100,000. Tomorrow." My knees gave out. Mike wasn't just there, he was worse. And they had proof. The video of Mike dragging that woman into the alley, her scream cut short, played in my mind like a wound I couldn't close. The email's new demand, $100,000 tomorrow, sat like lead in my gut. I was in my office, the door locked, the safe open, the Chicago letter and police report on my desk. It was 2 a.m., Lisa asleep upstairs, her trust in me a weight I couldn't carry. The bruise on my jaw from the Elm Street fight throbbed, a reminder of Karen's betrayal. Mike's sister, of all people working with them, holding that flash drive she claimed had everything. "You left her," she'd said, accusing me, but the video showed Mike, not me, crossing that line. Was I innocent? Or had I blocked it out? I didn't know, and that scared me more than the sedan's headlights in the lot. I checked my phone, no reply from my cop friend about the sedan's plate. I texted again, desperate. Anything on the rental? Life or death? Then I called Ray, my voice cold. His voicemail picked up, same gruff tone. Ray, it's James. I know you're with them. Call me, or I go public. A bluff, but I had nothing else. Lisa's chopping stopped. She knocked, her voice soft. You okay, hun? I swallowed, hiding the laptop. Fine, I lied, hating the word. She lingered, then left. I couldn't tell her, not yet, not ever, if I could fix this. I opened the video again, Mike's fist, Sarah's fall, my frozen stare. I wasn't innocent, but I wasn't him. I Googled Sarah, Chicago, 1992. My fingers clumsy. Nothing clear. Too many Sarahs. Too little time. My phone buzzed. A text. No sender. Noon's too late. Pay tonight, or Lisa's next. My breath stopped. Tonight? They'd moved the deadline again, tightening the trap. Attached was a photo. Lisa, today, buying groceries, her smile soft, unaware. I slammed the phone down, my chest tight. I couldn't lose her. Not to my past, not to Mike's sins. I called Karen again, my voice a growl. What did Mike do to Sarah? Tell me, or I'm done hiding. Voicemail again. I was done with her games. I drove to her house, the streets empty, my headlights cutting the dark. Her place was lit, curtains open. I parked across the street, watching. Karen was inside, pacing on her phone. I snapped a photo, my hands unsteady. Was she talking to them? To Mike? I stepped out, ready to bang on her door, when the gray sedan pulled up, same plate. My heart raced. I ducked behind my truck, the tire iron still in the back. A man got out, not the hooded guy from Elm Street, but older, leather jacket. Ray Holt, I realized, recognizing his online photo. He knocked, and Karen let him in, her face pale. I crouched, my phone recording, catching their shadows through the window. Ray gestured, sharp like he was giving orders. Karen nodded, handed him something small. A drive, maybe. My blood ran cold. Ray was in this, not helping me. I stopped recording, my mind spinning. Sarah, Mike, Karen, Ray. How deep did this go? I drove back, checking my mirrors, the sedan's image burned in my brain. Lisa was still asleep when I crept in, her purse on the counter. I hated myself, but I checked it, looking for anything. A note, a clue. Nothing, just her keys, wallet, a receipt for coffee. My email pinged. Another message, no sender. I opened it, my hands numb. A new video, 1992. The alley again. Me, standing by as Mike hit Sarah, her body crumpling. I didn't stop him. Below it. $100,000 8 p.m. Old Mill. Or this hits the news. My vision blurred. I wasn't just there. I'd let it happen. Lisa's voice called, sleepy. James. I closed the laptop, my heart a fist. I had to end this tonight before she paid for my silence. The video of me standing by as Mike hit Sarah, her body crumpling in that Chicago alley, was a chain around my neck. The email's demand, 100,000, 8 p.m., Old Mill, felt like the final link. I sat in my office, the door locked, the safe open, the Chicago letter and police report scattered beside my laptop. It was 10 a.m., Lisa in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, her knife's rhythm steady, innocent. My jaw ached from the Elm Street fight, but the real pain was knowing I'd let Sarah fall. Hadn't stopped Mike, hadn't even tried. Her name, her face, dark hair, those scared eyes were clear now, no longer a blur. I'd flirted with her, fought over her, and left her to Mike's fists. Was she dead? Karen said she didn't walk away, but the report only said beaten. I needed truth, not threats, but time was running out. The Old Mill, a rotting husk outside Raleigh, was a worse spot than Elm Street. Isolated, no witnesses. I wasn't bringing cash, not after Karen and Ray Holt's betrayal. Ray, the PI I'd trusted, was in on it, meeting Karen at her house, taking a drive from her. I had the photo of his sedan, the video of their meeting, proof they were linked. But who was pulling their strings? I checked my phone, no reply from my cop friend about the sedan's plate. I texted again, desperate. Anything on the rental? Life or death? Then I called Ray, my voice cold. His voicemail picked up, same gruff tone. "Ray, it's James. I know you're with them. Call me, or I go public." A bluff, but I had nothing else. Lisa's chopping stopped. She knocked, her voice soft. "You okay, hun?" I swallowed, hiding the laptop. "Fine," I lied, hating the word. She lingered, then left. I couldn't tell her, not yet, not ever, if I could fix this. I opened the video again. Mike's fist, Sarah's fall, my frozen stare. I wasn't innocent, but I wasn't him. I Googled Sarah, Chicago, 1992. Bar. Adding death. A hit. An obituary. Sarah Miller, 24, found dead near a bar, July 92. No cause listed, no arrests. My heart sank. Dead, not just beaten. Mike killed her and I'd walked away. The guilt was a fist in my chest, but the shakedown was worse. Why now? Who cared after 30 years? I drove to the mill, scouting it before dark. The place was a skeleton. Broken windows, rusted silos, weeds choking the lot. A single road in, no cover. I parked a mile away, walked the perimeter, my tire iron in my jacket. A crow cawed, the only sound. I snapped photos, noting exits, hiding spots. If they wanted a fight, I'd be ready. Back home, Lisa was setting the table, her smile warm. "Early dinner?" she asked. I nodded, my throat tight. Every moment with her felt stolen now. My phone buzzed. A text, no sender. No games. $100,000 mill, 8 p.m. Or Lisa's obituary's next. Attached, a photo. Lisa, yesterday, walking our dog, unaware. My hands shook. I replied, "Prove it's Sarah. Prove I'm guilty." No answer. I checked my email, expecting another video. Instead, a message, no sender. "You didn't stop him." That's enough. Attached, a new photo. Me, today, at the mill, scouting. They were there, invisible. My stomach twisted. I called Karen one last time, my voice breaking. "Was it Sarah Miller? Did Mike kill her?" Voicemail. I slammed the phone down, then grabbed my old address book, flipping to Mike's last known address. He wasn't gone, like Karen said. I'd find him, force the truth. I drove to his old apartment complex, a rundown place near downtown. The manager, a tired guy with a cigarette, remembered Mike. "Moved out years ago," he said, eyeing me. "Try the bar on 5th. I went, the bar a dive, all sticky floors and neon. A bartender, old enough to know 92, frowned at Mike's name. "Trouble," he said. "Haven't seen him since." I showed Sarah's obituary, my hands steady. His eyes widened. "Her? Yeah, bad night. Cops never got the guy." I left, no closer to Mike, but the bar felt like a clue. My email pinged as I got in the truck. Another video, 1992, outside the bar. Sarah, alive, talking to a man. Not me, not Mike. Older, leather jacket, like Ray. He handed her something, then vanished. Below it, 8 p.m. Bring it all. My head spun. Was Ray there in 92? The video of Sarah talking to a man in a leather jacket outside that Chicago bar in 92, someone who looked like Ray Holt, had rewired my brain. The email's demand, 100,000, 8 p.m., Old Mill, was a deadline I couldn't ignore. I parked my truck a half-mile from the mill, engine off, tire iron on the seat beside me. It was 7:30 p.m., the sky bruised purple, Lisa's face in my mind, her smile, her trust, all at risk because of my past. The letter from Chicago, the photos, the videos, all pointed to one truth. I'd let Sarah Miller die. Stood by as Mike beat her, and someone, maybe Ray, saw it all. Now they wanted blood or cash to keep it quiet. I wasn't paying, not without a fight. My phone was silent. No reply from my cop friend about the sedan's plate. No call from Karen, no word from Ray. I'd bluffed, threatening to go public, but Ray's meeting at Durham Library was off. He was no PI, just another cog in this machine, linked to Karen, to Mike, to Sarah. The video's glimpse of him, or someone like him, with Sarah before her death was the key. Was he a witness? An accomplice? I needed to know before I walked into that mill. I checked my jacket, the police report and letters copy tucked inside, my only leverage. The mill loomed ahead, its silos black against the dusk, windows like empty eyes. I'd scouted it. Bad exits, no cover, but I had a plan. The tire iron, a flashlight, and a pocket knife weren't much, but they'd do. I stepped out, gravel crunching under my boots, the air thick with rot and rust. My phone buzzed. A text. No sender. Leave the bag by the silo. Walk away. Attached, a new photo. Lisa, this afternoon, reading on our porch, unaware. My throat tightened. I replied, "Show me Ray's roll or no deal." No answer. I moved toward the mill, staying low, tire iron in hand. The lot was quiet. Too quiet, except for a faint hum, like a car idling nearby. The gray sedan. I crouched by a rusted barrel, scanning the shadows. Footsteps echoed, quick, from the mill's entrance. I froze, my breath shallow. A figure appeared. Not Ray, not Karen. A woman, 30s, dark hair, holding a flashlight. "James," she called, her voice low, familiar, but not enough to place. I didn't move, didn't answer. She stepped closer, her beam sweeping the lot, catching my truck in the distance. "I know you're here," she said, sharper now. "Bring the money, or Lisa's next." My blood ran cold. Who was she? Not Sarah. Sarah was dead, but her voice tugged at a memory I couldn't grab. I stood, slow, tire iron hidden behind me. "Who are you?" I asked, my voice steady despite the fear. She turned, her face half lit, eyes hard. "You don't remember me," she said, almost amused, "but you remember Sarah." My heart skipped. A sister? A friend? I tightened my grip. Was Ray there, in 1992? She laughed, cold. "You're asking the wrong questions." She raised her phone, recording, like the guy at Elm Street. I stepped forward, ready to confront when headlights flared, the sedan roaring from behind the mill. I dove behind the barrel, gravel under my knees, as the car stopped short. Ray Holt stepped out, leather jacket, face grim. "Enough games," he said, voice like gravel. The woman nodded, tossing him a small bag. "He's here," she said, pointing my way. I ran, heart pounding, toward the mill's side door, tire iron in hand. Inside, the air was damp, the floor littered with glass. I hid behind a rusted machine, my breath loud in the dark. Ray's footsteps followed, slow, deliberate. "James," he called, "you can't outrun 92. I clutched the police report, my only card. If I could get to him, make him talk, I'd know his role. My phone vibrated, an email, no sender. I risked a glance, a new video, 1992, the bar again. Sarah arguing with the leather jacket man, then him slipping her a note. She looked scared, then nodded. Below it, "Pay now, or Lisa sees you let her die." My stomach dropped. Ray wasn't just there, he'd set her up. I peeked out, saw Ray nearing, the woman behind him, her flashlight sweeping. I had one shot to end this. The mill's rusted machine was cold against my back, its shadow swallowing me as Ray Holt's footsteps echoed closer. His voice, "You can't outrun 92, cut through the damp air, each word a nail in my coffin." The woman's flashlight beam swept past, her words, "You remember Sarah?" burning in my skull. I clutched the tire iron, knuckles tight, the police report crumpled in my jacket. The video of Sarah, scared, taking a note from a man like Ray in '92, proved he wasn't just a witness. He'd planned something, maybe her death, and now he hunted me. My phone, muted, buzzed in my pocket. Another email, but I couldn't check it. Not with Ray 10 feet away. Lisa's face, her porch photo, drove me. I wouldn't let her pay for my sins, for standing by as Mike killed Sarah Miller. The woman's voice came again, closer. "James, stop hiding." I knew that voice, but from where? Not Karen, not Lisa, someone tied to Sarah. I peeked out, saw Ray by the door, his leather jacket catching the moonlight, the woman beside him, her phone still recording. My heart pounded. One shot, that's all I had. I stepped out, tire iron raised, voice steady. "What did you do to Sarah, Ray?" He turned, eyes narrow, no surprise. "You're asking about her now?" he said, almost mocking. The woman laughed, her face clearer, dark eyes, a scar on her cheek. My breath caught. Not Sarah, but close, like a sister. "Who are you?" I demanded, the iron heavy. She stepped forward, fearless. "You left her to die, James. My cousin." Cousin. Sarah's cousin. The bar, her laugh, a second girl in the background. It clicked. "You filmed it," I said, my voice rough. She nodded, cold. "And you'll pay for it." Ray raised a hand, stopping her. "Enough, Claire." Claire. Her name hit like a spark. I tightened my grip. "You set her up, Ray. That note. What was it?" He smirked, stepping closer, his shadow looming. "You're not the hero, James. Drop the iron." My stomach dropped, but I held firm. "Move, and Lisa talks. I sent her everything." A lie, but it landed. Ray hesitated, eyes flicking to Claire, uncertain. I moved forward, raising the iron to warn him off. Claire shouted, lunging for my arm. I pulled back, dodging her, the iron slipping to the floor. Ray advanced, his voice low, threatening. "You're done, James." Claire grabbed her phone, its light flickering, and ran toward the door. I shoved past Ray, heart racing, sprinting for the exit. He chased, his footsteps heavy, but I reached the lot, diving behind a barrel as the sedan's headlights flared. Ray stopped at the door, shouting, "You're dead anyway." Claire was gone, the sedan speeding off. I crouched, catching my breath, the police report still in my jacket. My phone buzzed again, an email, no sender. I checked it, a new video, 1992, the alley. Mike, beating Sarah, me watching, but now, Ray, in the background, nodding to someone off screen. Below it, $200,000 Dawn, Pier. Or Lisa's gone. My vision blurred. Someone else, not Ray, not Claire, was running this. I stood, tire iron lost, and ran to my truck, the mill dark behind me. Ray didn't follow, his voice fading. The lot was empty, the sedan gone. I drove, hands trembling, the video's truth sinking in. Ray was a pawn, like me. Lisa was home, asleep, her purse untouched. I checked my email again, the pier's location clear. Raleigh's old dock, exposed, deadly, exposed. I had hours to find Mike, or the real player, before dawn broke my life apart. The pier stretched into the dark, Raleigh's old dock creaking under my boots, the recorder heavy in my jacket. Dawn was an hour away, the sky a cold gray, the email's demand. $200,000 here now? Ringing in my head. The video of Ray nodding to someone off screen in '92, setting Sarah up, proved he was no mastermind, just a piece on the board. I'd left him in the mill, shaken but alive, his smirk haunting me. Claire, Sarah's cousin, had vanished, but the real player, the one behind the Chicago letter, was coming. I wasn't paying, not after everything. Sarah's death, Mike's fists, my silence. Lisa's life hung on this, her porch photo a knife in my chest. I'd hidden the truth from her, but no more. The pier smelled of salt and rot, waves slapping the posts. I carried no cash, just the tire iron, the police report, and a recorder in my pocket, set to catch every word. My phone was off. No more texts, no more videos. I'd tracked Mike's last lead to a motel near the bar, but he was gone. A ghost. The bartender's words, "trouble," were all I had. My cop friend finally texted, "Sedans rented to a shell company. Dead end." Another trap, but I was done running. Footsteps crunched behind me, deliberate. I turned, hand on the iron, ready to confront. Not Ray, not Claire. Mike, older, heavier, his eyes hollow, stood there, a duffel at his feet. "You found me," he said, voice rough like he'd expected this. My throat tightened. "You killed her, Mike. Sarah." He flinched barely but didn't deny it. "You were there, James. You didn't stop me." The guilt hit, sharp, but I held his gaze. "Who's running this? Ray? Claire?" Mike laughed, bitter, stepping closer. "You still don't see it." He unzipped the duffel, revealing a laptop, a flash drive plugged in. "Play it," he said, nodding to the screen. I hesitated, then hit play, watching closely. The 92 alley flickered on. Mike hitting Sarah, me frozen, Ray in the background. But now, a new angle. A man, late 50s now, watching from a car, smiling. The video cut to him, today, in a suit, voice calm. "James, you pay, or Lisa's next." Mike's just the start. My blood froze. "Who is he?" I demanded, my voice shaking. Mike's eyes darkened. "Her father, Sarah's. He's been waiting." Sarah's father. The note Ray gave her, the setup. It was him, all along. I gripped the iron, my mind racing. "Why now?" Mike shrugged, tired. "He found me, tracked you. Wants us both to pay." Headlights flashed, a car approaching. The sedan, gray, inevitable. I backed up, the pier's edge close, water black below. Mike didn't move, his hands up. "I'm done running," he said. The car stopped and he stepped out. Sarah's father, older but unmistakable, his smile cold. "James," he said like we were old friends, "you let my girl die." I shook my head, the recorder catching every word. Mike killed her. Ray set her up, not me. He laughed, stepping closer, his voice sharp. "You all did." I raised the iron, hands steady despite the fear. "I sent the videos to the cops," I lied, praying the recorder worked. His smile faded, eyes narrowing. Mike moved, sudden, stepping between us, shouting, "Enough!" The man froze, startled, then turned, running for the sedan. I chased, but the car roared off, taillights fading. I turned back, Mike gone, his duffel left behind, the laptop still open. The video looped, Sarah's scream eternal. I shut it, my hands numb, and called 911, my voice hollow. "Incident at the pier. Check it out." I hid the iron, kept the recorder, and drove home. Lisa was awake, coffee brewing, her eyes soft. "You're early," she said, smiling. I nodded, the lie choking me. "Work," I said and held her, maybe for the last time. The recorder was my only proof, but Sarah's father was still out there, waiting. My email pinged as I sat, a final message, no sender. "This isn't over." I deleted it, my hands steady. I'd face him, for Sarah, for Lisa, for me. The recorder in my pocket felt heavier than any weapon, its tape holding every word from the pier. Mike's confession, Sarah's father's cold voice, the moment my oldest friend faced his end. I sat in my office, the door locked, the Chicago letter burned to ash in a tin can, its police report and videos deleted, but not forgotten. Dawn had broken hours ago, the Raleigh sky a dull pink, Lisa's coffee brewing in the kitchen, her footsteps soft, trusting. The email's final words, "This isn't over," lingered like a pulse I couldn't shake. Sarah's father was out there, his sedan long gone, but his vengeance wasn't. I'd called the cops, reported Mike's fate, kept my name out of it, but the recorder was my shield, my proof if he came back. Lisa didn't know, couldn't know, about Sarah, about 92, about my failure to act. I'd let Mike destroy her, let Ray set her up, let her father wait 30 years to tear my life apart. The guilt was a stone, but Lisa's safety was heavier. Safety. I checked my phone, no new texts, no emails, just the photo of the sedan's plate, useless now. My cop friend had called asking questions I dodged. Just a tip, I'd said, my voice flat. He didn't push, but I felt his doubt. I opened my laptop, searched for Sarah Miller's father, piecing together scraps, an old Chicago address, a name, Paul Miller, a retired lawyer with a dead daughter and a grudge. No recent trace, no social media, just a ghost with a plan. I'd tracked Mike to a motel, too late, but Paul was different. He'd orchestrated this, from the letter to the pier, every step a blade. I needed to find him, end this before he found Lisa. Her voice called, "Breakfast, hun," warm, like nothing had changed. I stood, my knees weak, and walked to the kitchen, her smile a light I didn't deserve. "You look tired," she said, touching my hand. I nodded, the lie easy now. "Long night," I said, sitting, the recorder a secret in my pocket. She didn't ask, just poured coffee, her eyes soft. I ate, the eggs tasteless, my mind on Paul. The bar, the alley, Sarah's scream. I remembered it all now, clear as glass. I hadn't harmed her, but I hadn't saved her. That was my crime, and Paul knew it. My phone buzzed, a blocked number. I stepped outside, the air cool, and answered, my voice low. "What?" Silence. Then a laugh. His laugh. Paul's. "You think you're safe?" he said, his voice cracked, weak. "Lisa's next." My heart stopped. "I have proof," I said, gripping the recorder. "Cops get it if you touch her." He coughed, a strained sound, then hung up. I checked the house, locks tight, blinds down, Lisa humming inside. I drove to the station, anonymous, dropped the recorder in a mailbox with a note. Pier incident, full story. No name, no trace. Back home, Lisa was gardening, her hands in the dirt, alive, safe, for now. I watched her, my chest tight, and made a call. A PI. Not Ray, someone clean. "Find Paul Miller, Chicago, 92, I said, my voice firm. "He's after my wife." The PI asked for details. I gave enough. Sarah's death, the letter, the pier. He'd dig quietly while I waited. Days passed, no emails, no texts, just silence, heavier each morning. Lisa noticed my distance, asked once, "What's wrong?" I lied, work, and she let it go. Her trust a wound. The PI called a week later, his voice grim. "Paul Miller's gone, found in a Chicago motel, no longer a threat." My breath caught. "Sure," I asked. "Confirmed," he said. "He's done." I hung up, the weight lifting, but not enough. Paul's absence didn't erase Sarah, didn't erase Mike, didn't erase me. I burned the last photo, Lisa on the porch, and deleted my searches. That night, Lisa slept beside me, her breathing steady. I stared at the ceiling, the past a shadow I'd never outrun. The letter was gone, the videos erased, but Sarah's eyes, Mike's confession, Paul's laugh, they lived in me. I held Lisa closer, whispering, "I'm sorry," to her, to Sarah, to myself. The house was quiet, but I knew some debts never close.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel for more stories.